who've got what it takes to become a champion gymnast. The special ones she calls diamonds.
Okay, this is the third week you've all been here.
These young potential diamonds have been selected for a 3-week trial at the Institute. This is a crucial time because it could determine the next 10 years of their lives.
Stay and we can come back. All right, so have a good rest tonight and we'll train.
Women's gymnastics is a unique sport because by the age of 12, the girls can already be elite athletes. The retirement age is around 18. There's a good reason for that.
Young girls have the highest power to weight ratio before they reach puberty. They're very strong, very coordinated, have very light body.
Body shape and size are important, but in my experience there's one vital factor that makes a true diamond.
I'm sort of living proof that, there is a good gymnast. You don't have to have the perfect body. I didn't have the perfect body, but I think if you're determined, then, that can outweigh everything and come out on top.
Keep your knees straight.
This may look painful, but the girls always remind me if I forget to stretch them. They need to be flexible to get the most out of their training.
Oh, don't know who's doing the work, you or me? Okay.
I'd feel upset if I didn't get a scholarship. Because it's a chance that maybe never ever get. And I'd try extra hard to see if I can get another scholarship, but if not, I'd be really disappointed.
This is the best gym, and that's where you can really go to the Olympics.
A lot of people don't understand that such a young athlete can have the same goals as an adult athlete, and that's what makes them special. They stand out in a crowd. I mean, you say to them, what do you want? I want to go to the Olympics. And they really mean it. They really mean it, and I think they realise now, because Australia's been so successful, that this is possible. It's not just a pipe dream, it's a reality. They're mature in their training to attitude and what they want, but they're just little girls, same as everybody else, and they do naughty things and they get up to mischief and they're cheeky and they try to skip their homework, and they're just sweet little kids. They're just the same as everybody else.
It's mine. No, it isn't.
I'm their house mum, and I'm a welfare officer here, which I'm responsible for their welfare, and I also work very closely as part of the gymnastics team here, and I'm a friend. I'm not their mum. No one can replace their family. We sort of have an adjustment time. We bring them in for clinics, and then we bring them in maybe for a month and then for 3 months. By that time, we have a pretty good idea of where they're at and whether they want it, and whether they want it for themselves, not just from mum or dad or their old coach or their brothers and sisters. I've heard people say they give away their childhood. Nobody gives away their childhood. Childhood's what you make of it. In lots of ways, some children do lots of things here they'd never ever do. They get to travel around the world. They get to meet their sporting heroes from other sports. They live in a community that is so highly motivated that they probably never ever get that opportunity in the rest of their life.
For any kid, living away from home and family can be lonely and sometimes painful.
I came here before and I had a 2-month scholarship, and my sister was here with me, and it was a lot easier, and now I just try to do it by myself, and I don't think I can do it.
Well, sometimes I get a little lonely and sometimes I cry, but you get over it. Kate was helping me all through this week. I was crying and she'd just say, don't worry, it's only 4 days left or 2 days left and you'll see your mum. It's just because she's my friend, and so I hate to see her sad, and so I just want to try and make her happy. And try to make her understand that everybody goes through it, and
and that you get over it soon.
Part of Ju Ping's international approach to gymnastics is that she has restructured school hours to fit with training hours.
Now with our gymnasts, they probably train the hardest out of, or the longest out of all the athletes here at the Institute, training anywhere up to about 36 to 46 hours per week. So generally the gymnasts will come here and train for about 2 or 3 hours each morning. From the gym, go to school. They go to the local primary and high schools around Canberra. And from school, they'll come home around 3:30 in the afternoon and could train anywhere up to about 8 o'clock each night.
There's a great deal of influence all around Australia and all administrators in the sport, even if they disagree with Ju Ping. They've been put in a situation where they have been forced to understand more about elite gymnastics and what is required, and therefore there's a greater provocation for them to learn more, understand more, and to keep up with the development we've already made.
I think I've got it. See, look, if you do, like, say you did 3 times 3 plus 5 equals 14, and then we have 4 times 3 plus 5 equals 17. And see, that's the answer.
Ju Ping finds diamonds in many different ways. This is a talent identification day where local families can bring their kids to see if they've got what it takes.
Boys are more than girls. As boys are more than girls, I want the girls more than girls.
Ju Ping gets the chance to spot promising new talent, and the kids get introduced to a new sport.
Now, do you dancing before? No. Oh, good. You like gymnastics?
This is number 7. Come there. Number 8.
把你们的美相给你们照进去了。
It's her instinct. She can spot a potential diamond in the crowd.
22. 3. How do you?
8。哎，我给你找到一个好的，16号。
16. Yes, check. Yes, good. Okay, change.
Have me like this. Go out, me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4. Half me. 8, 9, 10. Yes, we try. Good. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
This is just part of the constant search that goes on all around Australia. Potential diamonds aren't exactly thick on the ground.
A good percentage, 5 out of 300.
Not too bad. Better than nothing.
The body may be right. It'll take longer to find out about the attitude. That is what makes a true diamond.
Do you want to go to the Olympic Games?
I'm scared.
My field of expertise is in gymnastics as well as teaching, and so I was asked in 1990 to start a series of trips to get around to isolated schools like Whitegifts. Ju Ping is obviously able to get to the major competitions and the major trials in the metropolitan centres, but obviously her time is quite precious and very valuable in the training, so she can't get out to places like this. Because I have access to a wide area, a very huge area, then part of my role is to look out for talent. I must admit that I've never ever in all of my travelling and all my different coaching coached in any situation like this one here. Only in Australia have I ever come across White Cliffs and Tibooburra where you coach gymnastics in dust storms where willy-willies are going across your mats when you're trying to do handstands. Now watch the handstand. There it is, nice and straight. She's squeezing and it's nice and strong. One leg down, other leg down. Get the finish. Arms are nice and strong. We ignore the hat and look at her chin's up and she's looking just like a gymnast. Doesn't that look good? That's it.
Sit down.
See, it. Now try and put the diamond out here. It's going to be a rough cut diamond. It's not going to be your polished versions yet. When you get to the end, you jump off. You okay now? Yep. Righto, mate. You finish the crossing on your own. Okay. On you get. Chin up and look towards the end of the beam. Guys. Up again. Come here. That's it. Finish. Good girl. Nicely done, mate. Kelly does appear to have a little bit of talent there. She sparkles quite readily, and she's obviously an intelligent child. The talent would have to be outstanding to refer to major changes, but assuming it was an outstanding talent and a child who was just obviously something that you'd like to send on or direct onward to more things, you'd look at liaising with the parents and the child, and you'd talk about having a trial at the Institute with Juping.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, girl.
Yeah. Oh, well, that doesn't really matter, does it? Your project's good. I just cut out some pictures and stuck in, and this is, it's meant to be me. I just did their hair with knitting wool, and it's me thinking of all these people doing their gymnastics. Be good to go on the Olympics one day, probably, doing gymnastics or something anyway. I could probably do it if I really, really practiced and stuff, but I just about do the same things all the time, and just I don't really know much else to practice or how to do it or anything, so I can't really, because there's nobody out here to teach me.
Even out in the bush, kids can still dream about going to the Olympics. It's good to know they can be inspired by my hard work to want to try. That makes it all worthwhile. In contrast to the untrained children, these kids have shown a lot of natural talent at their local gyms. Their families have come from interstate to be assessed by Juping.
Juping's policy of being honest and straightforward is the best one. You really need to tell them where they stand, and most parents are greatly appreciative of the facts and the truth because they know exactly where they stand. What I always do is explain that process of finding the very talented children can't be done in one day. It's done over many years. Where they'll be in a year's time, no one can really look into the crystal ball.
Up. Not too bad. Okay.
Did you think you'd make it? You didn't. Dad did.
Well, Shara is too tall and she's a little bit broad across the beam. But I think tallness was probably the main criteria because both Ellen and I are quite tall. We'll look to another field now, but it has been worth coming along. You know, now we know one way or the other what's going to happen. We just have to work out where we're going to go and what we're going to do now. I think you might head towards tennis now. Probably.
We're happy, although I'm a bit dazed. I'm wondering now what to do.
There are so many talented children to do many different things, but if they're not given that opportunity, it's like an uncut diamond that will never sparkle. And so Juping has that ability to cut the diamonds and make them sparkle in international competition.
I'm looking for Sue.
That's me.
You? Monique sent me around here. Lisa and Stephen have just been accepted in the Institute.
Right.
And we're trying to locate...
Whereabouts are you from?
Queensland.
Big move for you.
You can say that again.
Yeah?
I rang the wife and spoke to her. I said that she's got about 5 hours to give her all the information I could, and I'll ring her back at 5 tonight. I'm just wondering about it all because the move and starting the kids at another school, and they've already had 2 changes last year, but if they can make it, it'll be well worth it. Well worth it.
As the Australian titles in Perth are getting closer, the pressure increases.
Okay, focus on your standing quick.
And a jump?
Chikani Dadasani Kandu Kaka. Yes, come on. Do it behind. Hey, go. Composer funny, I know, go.
Rebecca faces a gymnast's worst nightmare, an injury, which means she can't compete and defend her title of senior national champion. The tension before a major competition is always huge. At these times, Juping's philosophy of the power of mind over body, which we learn right throughout our training, is crucial.
Alyssa first started her 3 months, and we used to come up every Sunday and say to Alyssa, "No, you had enough. Let's go home. You don't have to put up with this." Yeah. But not once did she say no. You know,
she wouldn't ask to come.
She wouldn't ask. She wanted to stay. So,
I find it's easier.
If she wants to do it, you know, we're behind her like 100%.
It's easier living here with them when they, come home. They've had a bad day at training. If you're here, you can help them. But when they ring up on the phone, it's very hard when they're crying on the phone and you're 600, kilometres away. It's very hard to help them.
We had many a sleepless night, I can assure you.
Guys, has dinner?
Yeah, nearly ready. We're all hungry.
Another couple of minutes, okay?
Yeah. When I was living in the residence, I came here for a week's trial, and Mum and Dad were going to go home, and Juping goes, "Oh, Rebecca's not going home. She has to stay here. She's got a scholarship." And Mum and Dad just went, "Geez, what are we supposed to do?" And so I stayed, and they went home. And for the first couple of weeks, I was really homesick. So I was only 10 years old and I was living by myself, and I never lived away from home before.
Mum used to even cry sometimes and say, "Oh, I miss you," and she used to ring me up on the phone sometimes, and it was all depressing. And Mum's really glad that she moved down, and so's Dad.
It's hard just to live here, and you come up here and you don't know a soul.
Exactly.
It's very hard.
To begin with, it's hard.
To begin with, and
lonely.
Trying to find your way around Canberra, when you when you don't know the way around, it's incredible.
Nope. Your arm's only reaching to here. Right. You're rotating fast, but you're not getting any higher.
Just seems all too much. The financially, it's been too great on us. I think we've all decided to go home. Well, I've asked Warwick and Chiping to have a closer look at Lisa, to tell me truly what her potential is, which they've told me that they really don't know until they're older. I could put her in residence there full time, but at 9 I think she's too young. I've got to make the decision that if I walk away now, that she will never catch them. And then the thing that always worries me is, have I done the right thing? When I ask her what she thinks about it, she says, "I like gym, but I like home." So I don't think they really know what they're doing at the young age. So I have a problem.
You make a decision, talk between yourselves, like in your family, and whatever decision you make, so be it. If it's right, well and good. If it's not, well, unfortunately down the track, you find out. But in our situation, and I believe in other families that have moved down here, I know it was the best thing they ever done. The kids training under Juping recognise Juping's culture. Initially, I think she was Chinese through and through, but now, because she's been here so long, she now understands the Australian way, but she still holds her Chinese traditions, which I admire her for, and I hope she keeps doing it. She runs a nice straight camp.
Most people believe that I'm the person that understands duping better than anybody, and duping believes that as well. I think also she thinks I can read her mind. She thinks I can do that better than I really can.
Warwick? I can't do my telephone. Sorry. I forgot.
It's just busy.
Everybody coming to China, I think. You try.
Yeah.
Try Gaojian first.
I think everybody's ringing China, so it's very busy. It's just full.
You try London one more time.
One more time.
It's a tremendous relationship, tremendous team that exists between Warwick and Juping. It's almost like a marriage. You know, they're both pretty much married to the sport of gymnastics, but together they've developed an understanding and a relationship where Warwick's communication skills has complemented Juping's experience and knowledge.
Juping now sees Australia as her home. Although she's had several offers to go and coach in other countries, her commitment is clear.
I'm not the person to just choose the money goes somewhere else. Sometimes I don't know why I just struggle with myself too. To do some job I want to do to finish.
She wants to do something properly, start something and finish it. And until she's finished that dream and has accomplished what she wants to do, she remains committed.
The Chinese